Well, in 1972, there were a group of labor leaders who were disappointed with the AFL-CIO's stand of neutrality in the presidential election. I guess it was Bill Lucy's idea that we should come together and see what, if anything, we could do about it. So he issued a call to the four of us to come to Miami, Florida, when the AFL-CIO Executive Council was meeting at that time, and we started from there.
I think all of us who had been participants with our own unions in the process leading up to the AFL-CIO endorsement process, such as it was, we had talked from time to time, particularly about how bad the Reagan administration, I mean not Reagan, but the Nixon administration had been, and that black workers, black labor specifically, labor in general, had suffered. And this had been the message we had carried back to our membership for some time. Autos, service trades, public sector workers, industrial workers. And so naturally, when this position of neutrality came forward, a number of us voiced concerns. And I think we simply reached out to each other by virtue of having heard each other's statements on the matter and by virtue of having worked together in some other issues. Bill Simmons, Cleve Robinson, Charlie Hayes, Nelson Jack Edwards had all been very vocal participants in their own union, so it was certainly a natural to ask them what they thought of the idea.
Well, we focused on the fact that we had to get people to understand that everything that happens is of a political nature, no matter in what circumstances are. For example, in my union, I said, look, the Board of Education is an elected body. The Board of Education casts votes on issues. And we've got to become involved. The same thing with the City Council, the same thing with the national election, members of Congress, and in the presidential race. So it's a matter of working with the people over the years to get them to understand that if you don't help to put people in office, you certainly aren't going to be able to shape the policies that are made that are going to affect you. We recognize that the AFL-CIO was on the wrong track in its policies towards South Africa. And at one of the AFL-CIO conventions, Bill, I don't remember which one it was, we simply got together and said that now is the time to try to get the leaders of the AFL-CIO to understand that what is happening in South Africa is wrong. It's wrong in terms of the labor movement. It's wrong in terms of human rights, civil rights, and everything else. And gradually, the AFL-CIO did change its policy towards South Africa. We also recognized that we had to do a little more than that, and we had no problem in joining with Randall Robinson and the others in the picketing of the South African embassy. Bill Lucy was arrested, I was arrested during those times because we recognized that what was happening there was really affecting what was going on here. And we really can never be free until the people in South Africa are free. Well, I would like to see it continue to grow and to become a major force in this country in helping to shape the policies that affect black workers and as well as the country as a whole. I think there is a need that we become even ever more involved in what is going on. We look now at the policies of our quote-unquote kinder and gentler president, and they are horrendous. They are hurting people every day. We look at the Supreme Court decision yesterday And when people say that the president doesn't make a difference, all you have to do is to look at the number of judges and the kind of judges that we have on the courts now, and look at the decisions that are coming out. So I am hoping that CBTU will continue to grow long after I am gone and become a really potent force in the policymaking area in this country.